here are the other individuals in this particular series. Yes, whatever the heck. Work our way down to another edition. AJ Styles, which I really enjoy. The Young Bucks. And the Bomb Squad 4 live. Alright, we're in the top row of the second colorful case. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen! Donna Bomb is back with my brand new invention! Something grabs a hold of me tightly, folds like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Or will I ever stop? Yo, I don't know. What is up, the Bomb Squad? This is your boy, Don the Bomb. And I am back, baby, for an action-packed action figure unboxing and review. Yo, 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 yo. So with all these sales going on for the holidays, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, you know your boy had to get all into it. I picked up a couple things I've been looking at for a long time and just playing that long game, waiting for the price to drop. And you know sure as hell it did. So what do I have here today? Well, I have myself the McFarlane Movie Maniacs limited edition of 5,800 pieces from McFarlane Toys, Flav. And also, we have the Super 7 Ultimates RZA as Bobby Digital in stereo. Yes, yes, yes. And over here, we have the Pop Vinyl Gold Snoop Dio Double J. Up in NYC, hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, I'm just getting carried away. So this is the kind of stuff that's going to get me in trouble with my wife. You know, I am a primarily wrestling figure collector. About 98% of what I have are wrestling figures. And I do have some random other figures, you know, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, just things that I like. Super 7 Ultimates, the music with metal and hip hop. So I went on Big Bad Toy Store a couple of weeks ago and Amazon, found some great deals on some stuff. Once again, I've been looking at, and some things, you know, I didn't really kind of give 2 seconds to even, and pushed that buy button, and this is where we're at. So let's get right into it. Let's start off with, well, actually, we'll save Snoop Dogg for a little later because he kind of goes with what else I have over here. All right, so let's go with the Flav from McFarlane Toys. Flav, what a guy. Sorry about the glare there. There he is in his plastic prison, as my buddy from YouTube, Kyle Peterson, says. He has some very good action figure reviews if anyone wants to check out either one of his channels. There he is on the back. Flav. There's that big clock that he is synonymous with. All right. One of 5,800 pieces. I just wish that these were a little bit more in scale with everything else I have. These are like that 5.5 inch scale, like kind of like the Batman 66 McFarlane figures were from a couple of years ago. I just wish they were like the McFarlane 7-inch scale. But Flav's not a very tall guy, so that was just, I like mixing and matching them in my displays with my wrestling figures and whatnot, but oh well. Can't always get what you want. All right, let's get him out, free him out of this prison. All right, get rid of that. He is trapped here, which makes sense for a prison. If it was easy to get out, it wouldn't be a prison now, would it? Oh. Let's get out of here, boy. Yeah, hip-hop, as well as the rock figures that come out. NECA, Super 7, McFarlane. They're also toyetic. You know, they have such crazy outfits. Definitely love them. Very toyetic. All right. Oh, he wants to get back in the prison. What are we doing? What are we doing, Flav? He made a name for himself a few years ago after his music career was kind of winding down, being on a reality show, which was quite unique. Didn't really watch too much of that. Probably a good thing. He has a stand right here, as well as the signature microphone. Let's see, we'll get that in there. There we go. First, we'll look at him. Look at this guy. Now, it's very limited articulation with this style. You know, you have kind of like your up and down. There's no splits or anything like that. You have your, well, looks like these double jointed. Oh, no, single jointed knees. You can't do anything with the boots. Single jointed elbows. His head can go back and forth, but you have no ab crunch or anything, but that's okay. You know, what maneuvers are you just, you know, what kind of poses are you going to have Flav Flav do? Has that cool Viking helmet with the sunglasses, and there's his signature big clock, just so he knows what time it is. We'll get him on his stand, and he'll be off to the races. Oh, look at that guy. Now that's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll put him off to the side. Now it's time for the Super 7 Ultimates. And this is probably going to be a long video. I apologize in advance. But you know, the real ones are the ones that stay throughout the duration, which hopefully we'll have some. But here it is, Bobby Digital, RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. Not really too into Wu-Tang Clan. I don't even know if I have any. I might have one or two Wu-Tang Clan songs in my vast library of music. But there he is. It's pretty cool. Now, I thought this was pretty toyetic. As soon as it came out, I'm like, this is really sweet. I would like to get it. But I didn't want to pay the $55 for it. Oh, and for him on eBay, I think I paid about $15, which included shipping, which was a great deal. Or $16, whatever. This one here was on Amazon for $26 instead of that $55 that it had been at. Gotta get a deal, and that's exactly what your boy did. But definitely love the Super 7 packaging. Doesn't have the slip cover over it like some of them used to do in the past, but that's all right. He's going to come out of the box anyway. And the box is probably going to go in the trash. Yeah, it's going to go in the trash. All right, we'll put that down there. He has some accessories, that is for sure. Trusty scissors in hand. Oh, man. Talk about a weapon of mass destruction. Look at this bad boy. Some sort of out-of-this-world laser rifle, complete with strap. He ain't messing around. Bobby Digital, not messing around. All right, and we have a bunch of different hand assortments here. Whoa, what is going on here? I'm just knocking stuff all over the place with this thing here, this flap. All right. Let's get this guy out of here. Of course, you know, he would be strapped in. Get him out of this plastic prison. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll put this over on the ground. Yep. All right, we'll get to the accessories, like I said. Oh, look at this very unique crystal-like device he has in this hand here. He has the 2-finger with all these rings. Another one, the pointy finger. Or is this the middle finger? Oh, okay. It's the middle finger. Hey, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Here's another one with the 2 fingers. One in the, oh, I'm not going to go there. 1 in the, and 2 in the, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Yo, and there's another gun. This is how he likes to kick it, either in outer space or in South Central or wherever they're from. And here is the extra face sculpt, showing some teeth there. Has the mask on, and the beanie. Sweet, very sweet. And let's get into RZA as Bobby Digital himself. Look at that. Kind of a stoic face there with the mask and the beanie on. Look at this intergalactic space outfit, complete with the black with the silver gauntlets and shoulder pads and the Wu-Tang Clan logo. You have the gradient pants, which are really cool. A little knee pad. I guess only one of his knees needs protecting. Silver shoes. Love the, the fact that it's shiny silver. Pretty sweet. You know, the articulation, head up and down, around. You have the arms. These might need to be heated up, and I don't want to break anything because you have your single jointed knees and elbows. Yeah, these are really tight, and I am not going to risk breaking this. Nope, nope, nope. But he does have the ab crunch and the waist. You don't necessarily have any... Well, you do have bicep cut. You don't really have thigh cut, but hey, that's pretty sweet. Like I said, I thought this guy was very toyetic. I thought Flav Flav was very toyetic. Let's bring in some figure comparisons here. Some more Super 7 Ultimates hip-hop figures. We have the Old Dirty Bastard. And it looks like Bobby Digital is taller because ODB is on a stand. Love this ODB figure. It was really cool with the box and everything. This is one of my favorite figures here that I have in my collection. Not even a wrestling figure. This is the Notorious B.I.G. Big Papa. Biggie Smalls. Yeah, I love this figure. This figure is so awesome. The other day, my wife walked by the display and accidentally knocked a bunch of figures off, including B.I.G. here, and his leg broke off, and I was in total, oh, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Luckily, I was able to put the leg back on. No harm, no foul. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite figures. Oops, let's put him back over here. And for those wrestling figure enthusiasts like me, here is a AEW Jazzware Swerve Strickland. On a stand, of course. He's definitely not as tall as Bobby Digital. But Flav Flav, he's way bigger than Flav Flav, but that's okay. I think in a display, I could kind of use him as the Prince Nana character for Swerve Strickland, his manager. That could almost work. You can do that dance that Prince Nana does. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. What are we doing? And then there's a Mattel WWE Elite figure, the Godfather. He's all about pimping hoes. It's time for everyone to come aboard the Hoo Train. Yep, you see he's on a stand too, so they're about the same size, about that 7-inch scale. All right, so we have these. We have the McFarlane Flav Flav. We have the Super 7 Ultimates RZA as Bobby Digital. Put them off to the side. And I will bring out what I got from the combination of the Big Bad Toy Store and eBay. We'll start off with the loose Snoop D-O-double-G. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. All right. But yeah, very nice. And all of these were an average of $4 or about $5 a piece from eBay and Big Bad Toy Store. He was the only loose one, but I had to have Snoop Dogg. All right, we'll start off by, we have all 3 members. I'm not going to open these because this video would take forever, but these are the Pop Vinyl Gold Edition. We have all members of TLC. We have the T-Boz. Oops, sorry about the reflection. We have the L, the late Left Eye, Lisa Lopez. And you can't have those two without the C, and that is Chili. So T, L, and C. Oh, come on, the glare is just awful. Definitely like TLC. All right, we also have all 3 members of Run DMC. We have Run. Oh my gosh, that glare is awful. These are pretty sweet though. Some people don't like them, and you know, they're an acquired taste. They're not perfect, but I like them. All right, and here is DMC. That glare sucks. And the late Jam Master J. There we go. Hey, yeah. All right, we also have here Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child. All right. And the sort of recently deceased DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Yeah. You guys probably don't want to hear me doing that. All right, we have one part of Outkast. We have Big Boy. I am missing Andre 3000, which I will be getting him at some point. Just Waiting for those prices to drop a little low, playing a little of that long game. But like I said, all these were about an average of $5 a piece. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Yeah, I know. I like the way you move. All right, I won't do that for every single one. All right, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. Can't have a hip-hop set without Lil Wayne. We also have Tupac Shakur. Very cool. Very cool. And someone that will always be tied with Tupac in their demise, and that will be, call me Big Papa, the Notorious B.I.G. Again, we saw him earlier, but here he is decked out in his white suit. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. All right. And looks like last but not least, we have Ice Cube. Looks like he's wearing his outfit from Friday or whatever the heck. There he is. There you have it. You know, that's the kind of collection, like, this was a total impulse buy. These figures were an impulse buy. I don't know what I'm doing getting myself involved in this. Like I said, this is the kind of stuff that gets me in trouble with my wife. For space purposes, I do have to unbox them because they just take up too much space in the boxes. So I don't know what I'm doing. Don the Bomb, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. I'm just doing what I do. And that's all I can do. But hip-hop figures to the max. So, the Bomb Squad, yo, yo, yo. And if you're not already a member of the Bomb Squad, you better get your ass in gear and subscribe, bitches. Or I'm going to drop plates on your ass, fool. But just remember these words from your boy Don the Bomb. And maybe you can avoid a drive-by getting a pop in your ass. And that is, all that glitter isn't gold. Don the Bomb, I'm out of here. Hell yeah.